Kyle McCord was never the long-term answer for Ohio State and Columbus, but he could be the short-term solution for Fran Brown's staff at Syracuse as they look to bring a brand new persona to the ACC. Let's talk about McCord's commitment to the Orange for 2024. If you are new here, welcome on into the channel. My name is Cole Thompson. I'm a radio show host based in Houston, and I talk college football daily. So this is the type of content you enjoy, plus anything going on with coaching searches, the transfer portal, national championship news, and a bunch of other content. Make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment telling me your thoughts on Kyle McCord committing to Syracuse of all places. Tell your friends, your family, your mortal enemies, your best of bros, Syracuse fans, and college football aficionados everywhere about this channel. Because we're on the race to 1,000, then 5,000, then 10,000, and 100,000 is the ultimate goal. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm a persistent person. I think we're going to get there at some point. So jump on in while the water's fine. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel now. Follow me on social media at Mr. Cole Thompson. That way, the college football conversation never has to stop flowing. Kyle McCord is only going to probably be at Syracuse for 1 year, maybe 2 at most, but he'll be there next season. But let's just get this out of the way. When was the last time Syracuse was going into the transfer portal and finding a talent like McCord? Yeah, they've been a place where quarterbacks have gone in the past and they've found some success, but be real for a second. Former top-tier ranked recruit who goes and plays at a big-time university is pretty successful when you look at the overall numbers, leaves his school and goes to a school underneath a brand new staff. That is a key element for what Fran Brown is trying to implement in Syracuse for 2024. And yes, Kyle McCord absolutely was flawed at times during his tenure at Ohio State. There were miscommunications on the field, especially against Michigan. He had a couple of games where turnovers should have been turned into points, but he also threw for 24 touchdowns. He completed over roughly 68% of his throws. He also led his team to 2 top 10 victories over Notre Dame and Penn State. Not to mention, he also did a really nice job building a relationship with Marvin Harrison Jr. So there's at least optimism that you're getting a quarterback that should elevate the status of your situation going into a brand new coaching staff. That's key number 1. Number 2 is that if McCord ends up proving to the world he is a stable quarterback and gets drafted, part of the question comes to, well, how much of a problem was McCord? Because you can look at the entire avenue of everything that goes on at Ohio State. We can all agree. They breed wide receivers out there. They find a 5-star talent and they turn him into a future first rounder like no one's business. And the laundry list of talent goes on and on and on. It's not just Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. It's Terry McLaurin. It's Jackson Smith-Njigba. It's also going to be guys like Julian Fleming, even though he wasn't a key factor this season. It's guys like Emeka Egbuka. It's guys such as even Noah Brown finding a home for himself in the NFL. They know how to get the best version of wide receiver play in Columbus. And he's not going to have that during his time at Syracuse. Yeah, they may land a few key pieces here and there. They may get a transfer who has over 1,000 yards, and they may even land a premier prospect that ends up becoming the homegrown go-to pass catcher for McCord next season. But the level of talent that's in Syracuse is nowhere near even spitting distance towards that of Columbus. So if he pans out, number 1, it's showing that the development of players is already trending upward for Syracuse. And number 2, there was something to McCord's game that people actually gravitated toward. And a reason why there was grander expectations of him being something other than just a common casual backup in the Big Ten. I like this fit. I do. It's a brand new coaching staff, kind of setting the tone about what they're looking for in year 1. And Syracuse is not trying to be a 3-9 roster or even settle for 6-6. They want to be players in the ACC. They want to be contenders alongside the other tier 2 schools. Programs like Pitt and NC State and North Carolina and Duke. They want to be alongside those programs as they look to be right up in the precipice of being a contender to make the 12-team college football playoff. I don't think Syracuse does it. I don't think that Syracuse will be able to get there this year with McCord as quarterback, but it will be able to at least give you an identity of what the expectation is for Fran Brown. And by the way, Fran Brown was a great hire. I know that there's a lot of questions when it comes to his persona because if he wasn't a coordinator and he was only a position coach, but the guy knows how to recruit. And if you recruit the right players and get them in the building, it becomes easier for your job. Proof of concept does matter in college football. You want to be able to see as many names develop and turn it into something of a positive and a player that could end up NFL bound. That way it helps out and fortifies your recruiting trail. And I can tell you this much, You get a guy like Elijah Robinson, one of the top recruiters in the SEC, to become your DC up in Syracuse, an area that he knows very well growing up in Camden, New Jersey. That automatically, in my opinion, gives you an advantage to switch players. And you're not going to get every 5-star. Alabama kids are still going to go to Alabama. LSU kids are still going to strap it up for the purple and yellow. That's all going to happen. But a bunch of tier 2 players, a couple 3-stars, maybe a 4-star, that's looking at ACC schools right now, looking at lower tier Big 10 schools or Big 12 schools, they may listen to that conversation and say, I like what Syracuse is building. And they have a promising quarterback that at least is going to be able to stabilize this offense for next year. I'll give it a shot. I like what's being sold to me up at Syracuse. And if that happens, then there you go. It's a proof of concept and a testament to what is the ultimate end goal. Ultimately, I don't know if Kyle McCord will be a solidified starter, if we'll be talking about him in first-round conversations or even a Davey O'Brien Award semifinalist or whatnot. But what I do know is proof of concept does matter when it comes to building a program. And by getting a quarterback with proven experience against tougher competition, that only fortifies your strengths. The job's not done in Syracuse, not even by the slightest. They still have to go out and sign a very convincing class for 2024. They have to look at the transfer portal, but you feel like you got the right coach. You feel like you got an exceptional recruiting coordinator or lead recruiter, and you got an experienced quarterback. You're at least setting the tone for what should be the expectations in Syracuse for the foreseeable future of the Fran Brown era. It's a smart move. It's a good move. It's an area to where he gets to feel less pressure and put up the same amount of production and be respected for it. And at the same time, Syracuse gets to find themselves a quarterback where they finish kind of stabilizing the key element for an offensive success. Maybe it'll pan out. Maybe this will be a 7-5 team. Maybe we'll be talking about Syracuse as one of the breakout rosters of 2024. But make no mistake, Kyle McCord going to Syracuse is a good thing for his persona, and it's a great thing for the Orange to set the tone underneath the new coaching staff. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching that video. Don't hit the X button yet. Make sure you hit subscribe to keep up with all of our daily content found on Just Saying It and anything else that we post on this channel. Bye.